What we're looking at today isn't just some simple phone scam. No, we're going deep inside a really sophisticated psychological attack. We're going to deconstruct the exact system professional criminals use to weaponize your own memories against you.
Just let that sink in for a second. In this new world of identity warfare, your personal history, the stuff that makes you, well, you, that's the blueprint to your bank account. And you might be asking, why? Well, it's because the answers to those questions that seem so innocent are very often the keys to your entire financial life. The scarier part? The more casual and friendly a conversation feels, the more likely it is that you're handing over the very data someone needs to lock you completely out of your own life.
So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the weapon itself, the question. Then, we'll dig into why we're so willing to answer it. After that, we'll map out the attacker's entire playbook, dissect the psychology, build up your defense, and finally, we'll wrap up with a brand new way to think about your personal security. Okay, so how does an attack like this even start? You'd be surprised. It doesn't begin with a threat or anything scary. It starts with something experts call benign inquiries. See, scammers get the neurochemistry of what's called social compliance. They know that we all have this built-in desire to be helpful, and they've figured out how to weaponize it. They can turn a simple, friendly chat into what is actually a forensic audit of your entire life. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Why do we fall for this stuff? It's not because we're stupid or careless, it's because we're polite. It's that simple. And scammers have absolutely perfected a way to exploit this basic human trait. It's a technique called the normalization trap.
Just imagine this for a second. You get a call, and the person on the other end has this really professional tone, right? It feels like they have some kind of administrative authority. And they ask you a tiny, simple question. The cost of answering it feels like zero. I mean, we all want to be cooperative, don't we? And that's the hook. That one simple exploit is powerful enough to completely blindfold our common sense. It makes us ignore all the blaring red flags that tell us we're in the middle of an uninvited interrogation.
And listen, the stakes here could not be higher. This is not just about losing a bit of money. Confirming just one of those security questions can trigger what's called a total identity liquidation. I'm talking about attackers draining entire retirement accounts. But honestly, the worst part, according to so many victims, is the lasting psychological trauma. It's that awful feeling of being betrayed by your own mind, your own memories. All right, let's shift gears and look at the scammer's operational playbook. We need to see how this whole thing is built piece by piece. Because make no mistake, this is not a random phone call, it's a clinical, multi-stage intelligence op. This is the vulnerability map system. So the attack follows this exact chain every single time. It kicks off with step 1, passive recon, that's them finding the little cracks in your life story. Then comes the hook, where they pretend to be some authority figure. Next, they probe and map your data, pulling it out in real time. Then they give you a nice, clean exit so you hang up feeling like everything's fine. And then the real fallout begins, usually hours later, long after you've forgotten all about it. So that first step, that passive reconnaissance, it all hinges on what are called social anchors. And get this, the attackers aren't scanning your computer for a virus. They're scanning your social media for your life. Things like your college mascot, your birthday, your hometown, these are the little footholds they use to build just enough credibility to make that first call seem legit. Okay, and this is where it gets really clever and frankly a little scary. Once they're on the phone with you, they use a technique called incremental compliance. They start incredibly small. Hey, can you just confirm your zip code for me? That's an easy yes. Then they ask for something else. That's an easy yes. See what they're doing? They're building a rhythm of cooperation, a yes momentum. You have to understand, this is not a conversation. It is a mapping operation. It's designed from the ground up to make it psychologically painful for you to say no when the real questions start coming. So you gotta ask, why is this system so brutally effective? It's because the target isn't your phone or your computer. The target is you. It's designed specifically to hack your brain's social wiring, your fundamental social hardware. The attacker's whole strategy is to keep the conversation feeling, well, low stakes. It's all about low stakes pacing. By asking these simple, harmless-sounding questions, they keep your logical, threat-aware brain, your system 2, asleep at the wheel. They are deliberately bypassing it so they can talk directly to your fast, cooperative, rapport-seeking social brain, your system 1. And once they have its attention, they hijack it. And this is the crucial part. They're weaponizing a cognitive bias that every single one of us has.
It's called consistency bias. Think about it. Once we start a pattern of action, like saying yes over and over to small requests, our brain physically fights against breaking that pattern. It feels wrong to suddenly switch to no. Your natural human desire to be consistent gets turned into a massive security flaw. And they don't stop there. They combine this with something called institutional assumption, that professional tone, the little details they know about you from your social media. It all comes together to make questioning them feel rude, maybe even paranoid. I mean, who wants to be that person, right? The scammer is literally banking on your social hardware, on your built-in, hardwired desire to just be a cooperative human. Okay, so that's the attack. Now let's talk about the defense. And this isn't about becoming paranoid and trusting no one. It's about being strategic. It's about building a human firewall to protect yourself against exactly this kind of psychological exploit. This right here is the single most important rule, and I need you to treat this as absolutely unbreakable. If someone, anyone, calls or emails you out of the blue and asks you to verify information, the motive is 100% predatory. No exceptions. A real, legitimate company will never, ever, ever do this. So here's your protocol, your drill. I want you to memorize this. Step 1, you stop the conversation immediately. Step 2, you hang up the phone. Step 3, you independently find the official number for that company. Look on the back of your card or on a bill you know is real. And step 4, you initiate a brand new call yourself. This whole process is called out-of-band verification, and it creates something security pros call inquisitional friction. It's a logical weapon, and it completely shatters the scammer's psychological game. Okay, want to get a little more advanced? Let's talk tactics. First is the verification shield. It's simple. You never, ever answer a security question on a call that you did not make. Period. End of story. Second, adopt a fake data policy. For all those security questions you have to set up online, don't use real answers. Use memorable nonsense. What was your first pet's name? Spaceship. Your mother's maiden name? Saturday. That way, even if a scammer digs up your real personal history, it's completely useless to them. And if you want the exact words to use, here they are. Burn this into your brain. I only provide verification on outbound calls that I initiate myself. I am ending this call now. That's it. It's polite, it's firm, and it's totally non-negotiable. Now, a real professional on the other end, they'll get it, they'll respect it instantly. But a scammer? Oh, they'll pivot. They'll try to use fear or urgency to pull you back into their rhythm. And right there, that's your confirmation. That's how you'll know for sure. All right, let's bring this all home. The entire system we've just pulled apart really boils down to one core strategic principle, something you absolutely need to adopt to stay safe out there. Think about it. Every memory, every little detail from your past, the name of the first street you lived on, your mother's maiden name, your high school mascot, these aren't just memories anymore. In the digital world we live in, every single one of them is a key. And this is the final crucial point to all of this. You can't just leave those keys lying around in the door. Here's why. A real professional from your bank or your credit card company, they already have your data. They don't need you to read it back to them. The only person who asks you to hand over the key is someone who wants to get inside. They're just hoping you'll be the one to open the door for them. So this is your new mantra. I want you to say it to yourself, internalize it. It is a powerful statement of your own personal data sovereignty. Your life, your memories, your personal history, they are not some public database for anyone with a phone to query. You control the access, always. So, I'll just leave you with this one final thought. The next time an unknown number calls asking you to just verify something, what will you hear? Will you hear a helpful agent who's just doing their job? Or will you hear a cartographer, someone who is carefully drawing a map of your vulnerabilities, getting ready for a heist? How you answer that question will define your security from this day forward.